Over 65. 4 foods can save your life, 4 can end it. This is Healthy Aging 365.
You might be surprised, but regularly consuming certain types of nuts can increase your risk of cardiovascular disease by up to 48%. This is especially true if you are a senior. That number seems reasonable. This study is based on research published in the American Heart Association Journal and conducted over several years. Oh, the scary part here is that some of the most common nuts stored in our kitchen can silently raise blood pressure, cause inflammation, block arteries, and even worsen cognitive decline. However, many seniors still eat them thinking they are healthy. One specific type of nut, which we will reveal later, is linked to high levels of a toxin that, if consumed regularly, can harm your liver, kidneys, and cognitive abilities. You may already have this nut in your snack jar. People on low-carbohydrate diets often say that this diet is healthy, but it can cause permanent harm to an aging body. But don't worry, we'll clarify this for you in this video. Here, you will find the most comprehensive guide on nut consumption, including which ones are the safest, best for your heart, and most beneficial for your brain, as well as which ones you should avoid at all costs. Also, make sure to read the entire article because there is a dark truth about the most dangerous nut that very few people discuss, and it can significantly harm your health without you knowing. Please like this video and subscribe to our channel for more content like this before we begin. Also, let us know where you are watching from in the comments. So, without further ado, here are 4 types of nuts that seniors should consume. Fourth, the food that helps bones stay strong is almonds. One of the best foods for seniors is almonds. They are high in calcium and vitamin E, which help keep bones strong. Bone fractures are more likely to cause serious complications as we age, since our bones become more porous and brittle. The rate of natural bone loss accelerates after age 65, but eating just 4 cups of almonds a day can help slow this process by providing about 97 milligrams of calcium. Almonds are not only rich in calcium, but also contain magnesium, a mineral that many seniors are deficient in. This is what makes almonds unique. Magnesium acts as a transport agent, preventing calcium from harming the arteries and allowing calcium to reach the bones. Almonds contain healthy monounsaturated fats and support heart health by lowering bad LDL cholesterol, which is important as the risk of cardiovascular disease increases with age. I recommend seniors eat between 15 to 20 almonds each day, ideally raw or dry roasted without salt. Almonds are a great weapon against constipation due to their high fiber content, about 3.5 g per serving, affecting around 40% of seniors. Above all, studies conducted by researchers at Tufts University have shown that almonds may help prevent oxidative damage that many worry will occur to brain cells as they age. Choose almonds with their skins on, as the skins contain flavonoids, which, when combined with vitamin E, give almonds double the antioxidant power. Caution: almonds can pose a choking hazard for seniors who have difficulty swallowing, so chew almonds thoroughly before eating. Next up is walnuts, a nut that helps improve cognitive function. Because they resemble the brain, the organ they nourish, walnuts are considered one of the best foods for the brains of older adults. This special nut is the best source of plant-based alpha-linolenic omega-3 fatty acids compared to any other common nut. This is crucial for the brains of older adults, as omega-3 supports nerve transmission and helps keep the brain cell membranes intact. Seniors who consume 1.5 ounces of walnuts each day for 8 weeks can significantly improve their processing speed and mental flexibility. According to a recent study published in the journal Nutrition, the special polyphenolic compounds in walnuts may inhibit the development of neurodegenerative diseases like Alzheimer's and dementia by penetrating the blood-brain barrier and directly combating inflammation in neural tissues. Many people may not know that walnuts also contain melatonin, and melatonin levels tend to decrease with age, which can lead to sleep issues for many seniors. Some people find that eating a handful of walnuts before bedtime helps them sleep better. The combination of arginine, an amino acid that promotes vascular function, and polyphenols, which reduce oxidative stress, makes walnuts extremely beneficial for cardiovascular health. In fact, walnuts can enhance the effectiveness of blood pressure medications by helping seniors maintain arterial flexibility. For the best benefits, store walnuts in the refrigerator to prevent their oils from going rancid. And try to eat 7 to 9 walnut halves each day. Additionally, you can maintain the sharpness of your fine motor skills by practicing them whenever you have the chance. Don't overlook the natural protective flavor of walnuts. In fact, a slight bitterness is a sign that they are rich in antioxidants. Secondly, pine nuts are a fantastic way to regulate blood pressure. When it comes to the health benefits of nuts for older adults, pistachios may be the most underrated, especially in regulating blood pressure. Pistachios are characterized by their low sodium content and high potassium content, about 285 milligrams per serving, making them a healthy snack choice. This balance of minerals is especially important for seniors as it helps prevent the kidneys from retaining salt as we age. It can lower systolic blood pressure by 3 to 5 points, similar to some prescription medications, but without the negative side effects. Additionally, lutein and zeaxanthin in pine nuts should be noted, as these carotenoids help protect against age-related macular degeneration, a leading cause of vision loss in people over 60. By focusing on the macula of the eye, older adults can enjoy the crunchy texture of pine nuts without worrying about the risk of harming their teeth and gums that can come from harder nuts. Besides aesthetics, the presence of antioxidants in their characteristic green and purple hues helps neutralize free radicals, agents that accelerate aging in the body. Pine nuts are great for seniors due to their practicality, helping to prevent overeating and providing a mindful eating experience that calms and stimulates cognitive function. The natural act of shelling will slow down the consumption process. The International Journal of Obesity reports that empty shells clearly help seniors better control their food intake by providing a visual cue of consumption. If you have arthritis in your hands, you can still enjoy the benefits of shelling pine nuts by looking for those that are already partially opened. The goal is to eat about 49 pine nuts each day, or about 1 ounce of unsalted or lightly salted pine nuts. For the 25% of Americans over 65 who have diabetes or prediabetes, the 3 grams of fiber per ounce of pistachios are helpful in regulating blood sugar levels. In first place are Brazil nuts, a remedy for thyroid issues. We rank Brazil nuts at the top because they help improve thyroid function, an important but often overlooked aspect of aging. With 96 micrograms, or 137% of your daily requirement in just one nut, this special nut is the richest known food source of selenium. Many cases of thyroid disease go untreated because the symptoms are often mistaken for the natural aging process. This is extremely important as thyroid disorders affect 20% of people over 65. Selenium, abundant in Brazil nuts, is crucial for activating thyroid hormones, which in turn supports energy production, metabolism, and mood regulation. In addition to supporting the thyroid, the special fatty acids found in Brazil nuts help protect myelin, the protective sheath around nerve cells that often declines with age. Nerve cells often decline with age. Older adults can maintain reflexes, reaction time, and cognitive processing speed, thanks to this ability to preserve myelin. Selenium in Brazil nuts is interesting because it is organically bound, making it more accessible and usable for your body than synthetic selenium in pill form. Your body finds it easier to access and use. Brazil nuts are so potent that you only need to eat a few to feel their effects, and their creamy, rich texture makes even a small amount enjoyable. In fact, I advise older adults not to eat more than 1 or 2 Brazil nuts each day due to the potential risks of excess selenium. When buying Brazil nuts, try to purchase those that are still in their shells. This natural packaging helps preserve nutrients for a longer time. To prevent them from spoiling due to high fat content, store them in the refrigerator. Brazil nuts contain a combination of fiber and natural oils that help maintain regular bowel movements, providing added benefits for seniors suffering from constipation. Many seniors find comfort in low nutritional snacks, but these are a great alternative thanks to their natural, sweet, and rich flavor. The most astonishing new evidence shows that some antioxidants found in Brazil nuts may slow the natural shortening process of telomeres, the protective caps on chromosomes that typically shrink with age, thus affecting cellular aging. If you are 65 or older, these nuts are a great fit for you. In this new segment, we will discuss types of nuts that some seniors may want to avoid or consume cautiously. The fourth inflammatory agent, peanuts. Although widely consumed, peanuts can still pose a problem for many seniors due to the dangers they present. First of all, you should know that peanuts are not actually nuts. They are legumes that grow underground. This makes them susceptible to mold and aflatoxin, a type of mycotoxin produced by certain molds that can harm the liver and increase cancer risk if consumed regularly. As we age, our body's detoxification mechanisms become less effective, meaning this risk increases. What is even more concerning for seniors is that peanuts contain proteins that can cause an inflammatory response in some individuals, even if they are not actually allergic. Seniors are at a higher risk of joint pain, cardiovascular stress, and cognitive decline. This mild inflammation can exacerbate all three of these conditions. Most Americans have consumed too much omega-6 fatty acid compared to omega-3 fatty acids, which have anti-inflammatory effects. The high omega-6 concentration in peanuts further compounds this issue. Many doctors do not warn older patients about the potentially deadly interactions between peanuts and blood-thinning medications like warfarin due to the vitamin K content in peanuts. The addition of hydrogenated oils, sodium, and sugar in commercial peanut butter makes these issues even worse for aging cardiovascular systems. 63% of older Americans with hypertension have enough to worry about already. Natural peanut butter, even without added salt, can also raise blood pressure. Peanuts can go rancid and produce harmful free radicals if not stored properly, which is another concern. The common practice of roasting peanuts for commercial use also creates acrylamide, a chemical that can impair cognition. This is particularly concerning for those who are already worried about memory loss. Even if you have eaten peanuts regularly without any noticeable side effects, switching to one of the nuts we recommend, even just 3 days a week, can help you get the necessary nutrients while minimizing exposure to these harmful substances. The third is cashews. The increase in blood sugar may not be immediately noticeable. Due to their high carbohydrate content and impact on blood glucose, cashews can pose particular dangers for older adults. Cashews have fewer protective chemicals and contain more carbohydrates, about 9 grams per ounce, compared to other tree nuts. About 25% of people over 65 have diabetes and 48% have prediabetes. This leads to blood sugar responses that can be harmful to them. This is particularly concerning because cashews are known to be healthful. Many older adults eat too many nuts without realizing how they can affect blood sugar levels. The curved and smooth shape of cashews makes them a choking hazard, especially for those with swallowing problems. They are also one of the most popular nuts among older adults. Nutritionally, cashews are not great because they are high in oxalates, a chemical that can bind to calcium in the gut and reduce calcium absorption. This is a significant issue for older adults who are already at risk for osteoporosis. For those who are already at high risk for kidney stones, this risk increases significantly after age 60 due to these oxalates. There is another overlooked issue in the processing of cashews. Cashews lose a large portion of their nutritional value during the lengthy processing to extract urushiol, a toxic chemical also found in poison ivy. Many store-bought oils are roasted in oil and contain too much salt, adding harmful fats and sodium, which can worsen blood pressure and cardiovascular conditions. Cashews contain enzyme inhibitors that can hinder protein digestion. This is particularly difficult for older adults, as they often have trouble digesting food and absorbing protein. Many people are unaware of this. One factor that can lead to weight gain in a life stage where maintaining a healthy weight becomes increasingly challenging is the creamy texture of cashews, making it easy to overeat. Replacing cashews with walnuts or almonds regularly for a healthier snack can be less hazardous for the aging body while providing superior nutritional properties. Secondly, due to their extremely high calorie content, macadamia nuts can pose significant health risks for older adults, despite their great flavor. They are the highest calorie nuts, with about 200 calories per ounce. The fact that metabolic rates certainly decrease with age adds to the pressure on older adults to manage their weight, which is already a challenging task. The gallbladder's efficiency, which is already poor, is further compromised due to the extremely high fat content in macadamia nuts, about 22 grams per ounce. Macadamia nuts can cause pains that 15% of older adults with asymptomatic gallstones may not recognize. In addition to the calories in the nuts, macadamia nuts are one of the nuts with the highest saturated fat content, about 3 grams per ounce, which can raise LDL cholesterol levels, a concern for many older adults. Their hardness poses a serious threat to the oral health of older adults with crowns, bridges, or weak teeth. This is particularly problematic for those over 65 when tooth enamel weakens due to wear and decreases calcium absorption. In fact, macadamia nuts are among the most expensive nuts, which can lead older adults who are managing their finances to choose cheaper options that may be more prone to spoilage or improper storage, exposing them to more harmful oxidized lipids. The nutritional composition of commercially sold macadamia nuts is already poor. They also contain high sodium and damaged lipids due to being roasted in oil and having too much salt added. They have a rich, buttery flavor that can lead to overeating, especially for older adults who may have less discerning palates and prefer bolder flavors. What's concerning is that many older adults eat macadamia nuts, thinking they are good for the heart, but studies show that the benefits of nuts for heart health largely overlook or downplay the role of fatty nuts, like macadamias. Pine nuts have significantly higher nutritional value and are particularly suitable for older bodies. So, if you frequently enjoy macadamia nuts, you might consider switching to this type of nut. The first seeds from pine trees. Pine nuts, a known disruptor, are among the most troublesome nuts for older adults for several particularly serious reasons for this demographic. The fact that they contain chemicals that interact with over 60% of prescriptions for older adults is very concerning, as this means the effectiveness of these medications may be diminished or may cause harmful side effects. Many prescription drugs can interact with one another, but this is especially true for statins, some antidepressants, and blood pressure medications prescribed to those over 65. Food-drug interactions are a serious warning sign. Most doctors and pharmacists never inform patients about the risks of food-drug interactions. This is a serious warning sign. Pine nut syndrome is particularly concerning because it causes pine nuts to taste bitter like metal and can last for weeks after consumption. Although this may seem insignificant, it can have detrimental consequences for older adults due to the correlation between changes in taste and hunger, as well as reduced nutrition. Research indicates that up to 42% of those affected may experience significant weight loss. This syndrome appears to be more common in older adults, possibly due to changes in taste receptors and detoxification pathways that occur with aging. Pine nuts are high in polyunsaturated fats, which can oxidize quickly and produce inflammatory substances. This can be a concern for older adults who are already facing inflammatory conditions like arthritis. Inhaling pine nuts can occur due to their small size and smooth texture. This is particularly concerning for seniors who may have difficulty swallowing or are using medications that cause dry mouth, an issue faced by over 70% of older adults who are on multiple prescriptions. As the body's natural ability to absorb protein declines with age, enzyme inhibitors found in pine nuts can hinder protein digestion during this time. Pine nuts are a calorie-dense food that can lead to common weight management issues in those over 65 due to their high oil content, even when incorporated into pesto, their most popular culinary application. Worryingly, a recent study indicates that chemicals in certain pine nuts may accelerate age-related macular degeneration, a leading cause of vision loss in older adults. After age 65, you should steer clear of these 4 types of nuts. The health, vitality, and brain function of a person in their later years can be profoundly affected by their dietary choices, including which nuts to eat and which to avoid. Last but not least, remember that implementing changes consistently is key. Small adjustments can lead to significant results over the long term. It's time for you to speak up. Is there evidence that changing your diet, like adding or removing specific nuts, has impacted your health? Let me know which nuts have had the biggest impact on your life. Please share your thoughts and stories in the comments. We value your contributions.